Sessions and Lessons Unscripted.
Let's go.
And now your hosts, Joel and Gloria Rosario.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Joel, your host for Sessions. What?
Why so serious?
Sessions and Lessons Unscripted. Welcome once again. And here across from me is the wonderful, intelligent, and whatever positive description, Gloria Rosario, everybody.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Hope everybody's good. Nothing really to report here, at least not on my side. I mean, this week I kind of feel mentally exhausted and beat down a little bit, but I mean, that seems to be kind of normal for me.
Yeah, I have a lot of family stuff going on right now, but just another day in my life for now.
Yeah, there's been issues with her grandmother, and we had touched on that stuff before. Because for those that you don't know, Gloria, her day job is being a caregiver, and her main client is her grandmother. So there's been some complications and stuff like that, but that's kind of ongoing right now. So we don't have any definite,
Good news or bad?
good or bad news.
There.
It's just, yeah, something we have to deal with.
Yeah, one day at a time.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So actually, there's a couple things I kind of want to address before we talk about anything. By the way, today we were talking about discussing the differences between being a kid now and like back in the day when we were kids. I mean, the worlds are two completely different things. Would you say that or no?
Yeah, definitely. Everything has changed.
Yeah. So before that, though, I want to kind of address a couple things. One sort of, I wouldn't even say it's serious, but first thing is my name. Some people, and this is, you guys can make fun of me or whatever. People don't know what to call me. So, like, I go by Joel normally, right? It depends on who I'm with, because, like, when I'm mostly with my, like, Spanish-speaking people or my family or whatever, it's Joel.
Or Joel.
Or Joel, which is the Spanish pronunciation of my name. But I don't know, I guess, well, I used to go by my nickname for like years and years and years. But I used to just go by my initials, JR, which to me was kind of a special deal. And it may sound silly or corny to some, but my dad is known as Junior. So like, kind of like a nod to him, I guess. I kind of liked being called JR.
Right.
But, and of course, some people, instead of saying JR, they would call me Junior, which I thought was cool because
Right.
that's
It's
my dad's nickname, right?
basically the same thing.
Right. So, then at some point, I don't remember, one of my well, not recent, but they were like, how's your name pronounced? And I didn't know really how to say it because I have some people that say Joel and some people that say JR, or most people say JR, and then you have people that say Joel. So I just went with Joel. I'm like, I guess just call me Joel. I mean,
Right.
whatever. So I feel weird about it. Like, I don't know, I don't know what to be called. Like, some people, because I even had people come up to me and be like, well, what do you go by? And
Everybody calls me bitch.
Yeah, well, that's true. Either to her, well, mostly behind her back.
Mostly
not to her
behind
face.
my back. I'm kidding. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I may or may not have mumbled that under my breath a few times.
Well, I was going to say, to me, you're babe.
Babe.
Babe?
All right. So anyways, so sometimes you'll hear people call me Joel. Some people call me Joel. I mean, I would tell people I don't care what they call me.
Sometimes I've called you Joe, just like Joe.
That's what that when I was a kid, a lot of people just dropped the L and
Yeah,
just called
Joe.
me Joe. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I'm still confused. I think I want to go by. I got. It's like I need to pick one and stick with it. That's how I feel.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because
No.
I tell people I don't care.
Right.
I mean, as long as you're not calling me something bad.
Yeah,
But
well,
whatever.
I do sometimes.
All right, and then another thing that I kind of want, now that that's out of the way, another thing I kind of wanted to touch on, and I'm not gonna get into any detail, but the things that we discuss here on this podcast, on this show, I don't really discuss politics or religion. Those are two subjects I do not discuss, even out in public in the real world. And it's, to me, I have my reasons, and anyone, however you lean, whatever your views are, I respect them, right? Like it's cool, whatever. But I'm not gonna share my, beliefs or whatever. And not because I'm afraid of any kind of scandal, or it's just, to me, those two subjects are very, very touchy. People get very offended very fast
On either side.
on either side.
Right.
It's not only one side. And I mean, these are subjects that start wars. I mean, religion and politics. So, like, those are two subjects that I avoid. I won't discuss them.
Besides, this show was meant to uplift people and, give us a chance to goof off.
Just chit chat about
Right.
stuff.
We don't want to take it like super serious.
No.
Not to say that we won't at some point discuss, serious issues, but
Right.
when it comes to politics and religion, we kind of don't touch on those, and we won't be touching on those.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not that we're ashamed of anything, or like
Embarrassed
gatekeeping or
No.
anything. It's just, to me, you can go online and just, find people that want to talk about that kind of stuff. That's just not me.
Right. And with the political climate that we have right now, we don't want to be inciting one
No,
side or
I'm like neutral. I'm not even trying to get on. I have my views and that's it. It's like
Right.
out in conversation, I can share them or whatever, but I'm not gonna push my views on people, and I'm not gonna like preach to people about it, and I'm not gonna think that I'm right about stuff and you're wrong. It's just I don't engage like that.
Right. And again, this is more of a self-help type of I guess series or episodes or podcast, if you will. So yeah, not that we don't care any about the politics that are going on. It's just there's a time and a place for everything,
Yeah, there is.
and we feel like this is not the place. This is
Yeah, this ain't it.
no, we welcome everybody.
No, for sure.
We
And like I
welcome
said, we
everybody.
respect everyone's views and opinions and stuff for sure.
Right. However you identify.
Everyone has
Right. And whatever is going on in your life, as long as you're not hurting someone directly, and, we don't really judge and we don't really question a
We
lot.
listen and we don't judge.
Yes, we do.
That's like the latest thing, right? We listen.
We listen and we don't judge.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way because I know somebody had asked me about that before, and it's well, what kind of podcast, and don't you talk about this and that? It's like there's other podcasts that you can listen to hear that kind of stuff, and I don't feel comfortable most of the. Well, that maybe sounds wrong, but it's just like my views are my views, and that's it. If you ask me about them, I'll share them with you, but
Yes.
I'm not gonna use this as a platform for it.
No, this isn't the type of platform that we were looking to start. We welcome everybody, whether you're, whatever is going on in your life, however you identify yourself. This is, I guess, a safe space.
Yeah, that would be a good way.
Right. It's a safe space. The way that the world is right now and the political climate and all of that stuff is just, it's too much for some people. And this is somewhere where we want you guys to come.
Well, just look at the state of the world now. People get offended so fast. People get like the people come up, the weirdos come out of the woodwork. It's just everyone knows how the world is
Right.
now.
We don't have to explain
We don't have to
anything.
explain anything.
No. And, we don't believe in mistreating people or judging people. Everybody does what they're going to do. And,
We're all human beings.
right. And
We're the same. Right.
we're all the same.
Right.
So
We're all humans. We go through similar situations, and we all have our own journeys. So it's
right.
like that's kind of how we look at it. So I mean, that kind of ties into what I wanted to talk about today, because like the world today now, it's like people get so offended so fast. It's like it's just things are just not the same. And then we were talking about like when we were kids and how kids are now versus like when we were kids or even before, a little before us.
Right.
I mean, sometimes I think now kids aren't, you got to let kids be kids, right?
Yeah.
And then in particular, too, we were talking about like, you, and I'm sure everybody out there listening, you guys chime in or let us know on one of the boards or whatever. But you go to school, you had that one kid that wouldn't stay still. You just wanted to smack them, and it's just like now it's, oh, this kid has ADHD. That's what, there's a name for it now.
Right.
Or this kid is kind of slow, but they called him the R word, or he was, whatever. But now it's a learning disability. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before you were just you were just dumb or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But now everything seems like there's a name for everything. Like everything's been diagnosed into a category.
Well, I mean, times have changed medically speaking and the way that we view mental health.
True.
And how we, diagnose different things.
Mm.
Back when we were growing up, we never knew about ADD, ADHD, autism,
Right.
or anything like that. Those are all things that we didn't hear until we were in our older age.
Which kind of brings up this question, like autism, since you mentioned it, that seems to be a huge one now. And I don't want to say that there's an epidemic or anything like that, but it just seems like a lot that gets diagnosed a lot now, like way more than the past. And then in the past, it wasn't called autism. It was called, this kid's just slow, or whatever. This kid's got behavior problems or something. They didn't
Right.
have a name for it.
No.
But it seems like that gets diagnosed a lot, even in adults.
Right. And the thing is that because we didn't have, or, the medicine and any of those, psychiatrists, social workers, back when we were growing up, that was seen as a taboo type of way to find help.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't hear of anybody, whether it was a child or an adult, it openly saying like, "Oh, I have to go see my therapist."
Would you say that's more likely with a Latino kids, or?
Well, Latinos are we're in a class of our own,
That's true, very true. Speaking of, back in the day, if you didn't act right, that wasn't ADHD. That was a chancletazo upside your head.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like when I was a kid, if it wasn't bolted down, that was it. Not now.
Everything was fair game.
Yeah, everything
No,
was
but
fair
the
game.
thing is, it's like I said, it's just medically we've advanced.
Mm.
We have technology that we didn't have back then to diagnose and to help, you know, um, there's no cure for these, but to kind of manage within the spectrums and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, not only that, so many other things have changed. The way that we listen to music, the way that we entertain ourselves, the way that we dress, all of those things, it's not just so much of a medical thing that, has changed. It's the whole world has evolved. Before when we were growing up, it was don't talk to strangers.
Right.
Don't get into strangers' cars. And now we have Ubers.
Yeah, that and we have social media. Like, I mean, you're always running into strangers online. Like,
Right. Don't talk to strangers. But now we
oh,
have
you have some random person reach out to you because they like,
a picture, or you guys
yeah,
have things in common.
right. I mean, I guess that's how you meet people, right? You meet people, but then I don't know. It's weird, right?
Well, dating has definitely changed.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we kind of fell into that, right?
Yeah, because that's the way to
I mean,
meet
that's how we
people.
met.
That's how we met. Um, and it's weird because I'm not a very social person,
Mhm.
but I have my Facebook friends that I've never met in my life. But we're always sharing memes. We're liking each other's things.
Right.
Every so often we talk because we have like things in common.
Mhm.
You know, in that sense, um, the world has changed like that. You know,
Oh, the
you can
world's
connect.
way different than when we were
Right.
younger.
You
Yeah.
can connect with people all over the world. Like,
I mean, it almost seems, I don't know, but you guys let us know, you guys listening out there. It almost seems like things got better, but things got worse. And let me
yeah.
explain. Because with all the social media, all the internet, all of technology or whatever, there's multiple ways of communicating and receiving information, but it seems like people are communicating less, right?
Face to face. Let's
Yeah, I guess it's like the whole thing of communicating is different.
right. Before you had a friend call you and you weren't home, you missed a call. You either saw it on your little caller ID or they left a message on your answering machine.
Yeah, if you were lucky
You know,
enough to have one. You should have
right.
seen when we got a cordless phone. Man, that was a big deal.
When we got a computer and we found out that was like AOL,
Oh my gosh, when AOL first came out,
wow, that
that-
was such a shocker to like the world,
Yeah.
you know? All of a sudden you were able to communicate with people.
yeah, the message boards,
Right.
yeah,
And the different chat groups and
the chat rooms, yeah.
yeah, I remember this is a blast from the past. I can't even speak.
Blast
Blast
from the
past.
past.
It's Yahoo chat rooms. Do you remember those?
I don't think I've ever been in the Yahoo chat room.
Okay, well, when
Maybe.
we were different ages back then. So,
Well,
you know,
that's like MySpace. I never did MySpace. Never. I didn't have a MySpace page.
that
I
is
totally
crazy.
missed MySpace.
No, that was like the biggest.
Isn't it still around? It's just like a shell of what it used to be, though.
I don't know. I don't see a lot of people. Well, I haven't. I like about maybe 6 years ago. I logged into my
Your old account.
old
Do you remember the
MySpace.
password?
No, I don't even know how I got in.
Did you have all those like what was it, the animated gifs that are
No, it all
Wiener.
changed. I don't remember how it looked, but it was definitely not how I left it back like 15 years ago.
right? Wow.
I remember that MySpace was the thing, and I had a friend in a
Well,
different.
that was before Facebook, right? That just
Oh,
that was
yeah.
way before Facebook.
That was way before Facebook.
Yeah.
And I remember that I had a friend who lived in Florida. He had moved from here where we lived, and I was like, "Are you on MySpace?" I was like, "Let me add you to my like friends list or whatever."
And then you would be like, "Thank you for the ad."
Yeah. Thank you for the odd.
Thank you for the ad.
No, but it was he's like, "Have you heard of Facebook?" I was like, "What is that?"
Mm.
And he's like, "Yeah, it's like it's I guess it started off as like as a college thing."
Yeah, I think in some college room they were messing around.
Right. Well, initially it was just like meant for college kids to connect.
Yeah,
Originally, I believe.
and it blew up.
And it blew up, and
Well, a lot of those things have started like that. YouTube was started in a garage by two guys.
right. So my friend was like, "Why don't you join Facebook?" He's like, "Cause I'm not on MySpace." And I was like, "I guess." So I joined Facebook, and I would still go to MySpace.
We would have never met
No.
because I don't have MySpace.
And it was funny because
It was weird though because everybody had that one guy as a friend.
Tom,
Tom, I think it was.
he's your number one friend.
He's your number one friend.
Right. But it's crazy though because like, I started like looking on there and I would see people that I went to high school with and I would add them.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I had like friends on Facebook that I went to high school with, some of which I never spoke to a day in my life. But there they are, friends on Facebook.
Like the weird kid that wasn't diagnosed with ADHD.
I don't know about that, but whatever.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm sure there was kids like that. Like everyone experienced that. Everyone, now and back then, where you had the certain kids that were like problem kids or.
But not everything is necessarily or was necessarily ADHD or, those types of things.
Right.
Sometimes kids were just kids.
True, and they just behave.
They were just hyper,
That's true. But you know what? Now that we're talking about it, I'm thinking too, like, think about it. Like, say you had that kid in school, right? That was, maybe they did have some sort of ADHD or autism or whatever. And then, since back then, the technology and the medicine wasn't as advanced as it is now.
Right.
And
I
things,
mentioned that.
things we weren't aware of. This kid became an adult in that time frame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would almost want to say it's like you maybe that's why a lot of adults now kind of our age have issues because they weren't diagnosed, and then they continued on their life still dealing with whatever they had. And they just basically adapted, right? They just kind of survived. And maybe some didn't, some maybe their lives didn't work out very well, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I could see that happening, especially if you have something that's undiagnosed. I know that I guess it wasn't like the norm back then either to kind of address it. It was more taken care of at home.
Yeah.
Because in school, like at least in our school, we had the behavior class, or
Right.
where if you misbehaved in class, we didn't have any sort of diagnosis.
But see, then there you go. Like you have a classroom full of kids that had some some could be just jerks, right? I mean, let's face it, some kids are just
jerks.
They can be jerks, like adults. They can be jerks.
Yeah.
But you had a classroom that potentially had like a few that had things that should have been treated.
Well, I was in I guess they used to call it like special ed, and it wasn't because I was like slow or because it was more that I didn't want to focus in class, and I didn't communicate a lot. It was just like I was like super shy. I was not a very open kid. Like I was a kid, but not a kid,
Right.
And some of the other kids that were in class were just bouncing off the walls, and I'm not saying that
it was all that Kool-Aid.
with as much as they used to give us sugar, yeah. But I don't know. I guess maybe I feel like I'm not qualified to talk about like ADHD or anything because again,
well, no, again, we're not therapists,
right? So I don't really know much.
So please, people, we don't just. This is just for discussion. I don't want to say entertainment purposes, but this is not. We're not licensed professional anything, so we're not experts by any means.
No. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like I don't know. I know enough to know, but not enough to, have full in-depth conversations. Like I was saying before, and like moving on from like ADHD to, other things that have changed as we were growing up. It wasn't just behaviors or, it's families have changed a lot. Like
the family dynamic for sure.
Family dynamics.
Yep. I mean, it used to be where mom could stay home, take care of the kids and the house, and dad went to work and came home, and that was, he made enough to feed you and pay bills. And shoot, now two people struggle to pay bills, and it's just, it's night and day difference.
Of course. And, back in when our parents were buying houses, the houses were like 40, 50, 60,000. You
A
know,
brand new car was like $3,000.
right. And now, cars are between 15 and 25 for like
Not even.
half decent cars,
That's a used car with like relatively high mileage.
Yeah.
Before, you can buy a brand new car.
Which is crazy,
Yeah, isn't it?
And even just the way that like we shop and we consume things, grocery shopping is ridiculous right now.
Yes.
If you even think about back in like 2000, right? And you think about the grocery shopping now, I remember that when I was working and living with my mom and helping her with like food and all that. I remember I used to go to like Walmart or Sam's Club or just basically anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of groceries that I used to be able to get for $100, I remember was a lot. Like it was almost a car full of
Oh yeah. Oh
things.
yeah.
You know,
The other day, I put a small list together, and I think I had 5, 7 items, something like
right.
that, and nothing like crazy, like
It was just basic
like
necessities.
basic necessities. I think I spent like almost $80 on like 5 little things. Like, are you serious?
No, and it just goes beyond that. Like even the prices like at Aldi's. I remember like the cans of like fruits and vegetables.
Oh yeah, those were cheap.
They were like 25 cents, 35 cents.
Mm-hmm.
The most that I remember was like 95 cents for a can of like corn or,
But
something
it was
like
like
that.
fancy corn or
But it was like
whatever.
fancy corn,
Mm.
And now it's like they're $1 about or something like
Oh,
that.
they went up. Yeah,
went
they used
up.
to be like, they were like, like you said, they were like a quarter.
Yeah. And now it's like one can costs like I don't know. I don't really pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, then nowhere. Everything got touched.
Everything,
But yeah, I mean, so that's what we were discussing. Like, just kids are not. We wondered about that because, like, you had the kid that was like wouldn't stand still, or he was a problem child, and then it's like maybe that kid had some that needed to be worked on, and then of course, the other more, I guess, lighthearted, fun part of that discussion was the whole like kids then versus now. Like one example I was telling Gloria was like, I used to video game like way more than I do now. I don't really game as much as I used to. I occasionally will play my PlayStation or whatever, but I used to, I tried the online game
Right.
thing, and no, we're not doing that. It's like so aggravating, and it's mostly kids, like, and you should hear the way these kids talk on there.
Right.
It's like, if it was me, oh man, the chancla would have came out. Like, oh
Does your
my
mother
gosh.
know you talk like this?
Yeah, no
Like,
kidding.
yeah,
I
it's
mean, these
crazy.
kids are like, I mean, bad. Like I don't even I stopped gaming online because there's just too much of that nonsense, toxic nonsense. But I think kids nowadays grow up way too fast. I mean, kids aren't kids. I mean, kids do kid things. Kids get into trouble. Kids do stupid things all the time. Shoot, I'm an adult and I do stupid things. But
We're in
yeah,
a room full of toys, for God's sakes. Like,
yes. So yeah, I mean, the kids nowadays, and then you have the internet, right? The internet changed everything. Like, there's stuff. I mean, the internet is like a two-edged sword, right? You can get so much information on the internet, good information, useful information, but then you have the flip side. You have the stuff that
The
it
dark
should
web.
not be.
Right.
Well, just not even that. Just, I mean, the sites that younger people have access to and stuff like that. It's
But I
like,
think a lot of that stuff is like on households and parents.
yeah, this is true, but
Because I remember
let's.
when we first got the internet and we got our first computer,
Mhm.
my mom would be on us. Like, what are you on? What are you watching?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Who are you talking to?
Mhm.
We have 10 minutes to get off. And when it was time to get off the internet, it was time. Like,
Yeah,
we
'cause she
didn't
had to
have,
make a phone call.
right. We didn't have a little cell phone that we
Yeah.
could pop on, when we were done with the laptop because the laptops they weren't common back then at
Right.
home. We had these big, massive clunker IBMs or,
Yeah, those desktops that had like the TV for like a big monitor. Yeah.
and the whole thing weighed like 200 pounds almost.
Yeah.
It was so heavy.
But yeah, I mean, you do bring up a good point. Yes, it's the household's job to kind of police all that stuff and make sure, whatever. But let's face it, okay, like kids, they'll get when they're not being supervised, especially, oh,
Right.
forget it. I can speak from experience. I done some dumb stuff when I wasn't supervised, and I went
I
places.
still do dumb things when I'm not
I
supervised.
went places I wasn't supposed to go and read things I wasn't supposed to read and whatever.
See, for us being bad or like doing something like naughty or something that we can get in trouble for is me and my brothers would get on our bikes and go 2 or 3 suburbs over. So we would be riding our bikes for like 2 hours away from the house or an hour away from the house. And if my mom ever knew that, she would have whooped us like
Oh, I would do stuff like that too. I'd
all
go
the time.
far.
All the
Yeah.
time. Sometimes we'd even get lost and have to figure out how to get back home. But those are things that we did as kids because
And back then we had no cell phones
cell
or
phone,
GPS.
right? It was 1-800 call ATT or the collect calls. Mom, can you come get us? We're lost.
Mhm.
And that was another thing too. Like, if you didn't have change on you, it's either you call collect or you don't call.
Yep.
Yep. We didn't have the convenience
And you
of
can't
like
talk
cell
to
phones.
strangers, so you can't go up to somebody and, hey, can I use your phone?
Right. It was different times. Different times.
I'm telling you. So it's funny. It's like, well, how's the saying go? The way things change, they stay the same.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is, right?
Yeah.
Because kids are going to be kids, right? They're going to do whatever they're going to do. They're going to, I'm sure in the 20s, 30s, 40s, there was like these kids that were doing stuff they weren't supposed to be doing. Same thing in the 50s or the 60s.
Right. And I remember like my mom was strict with us, but not strict. Like when we used to go outside, I was just to hang out with my brothers. That was my thing. I would hang out with my brothers and we had like a group of friends and, we would get into stupid things. And the thing is that we had to be home when the light posts came on.
Yep, as
On the
soon as you heard mom screaming your name, you better get in there.
Right. It was, and by that time it was late. It was like 8:30 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
8:30 o'clock.
8:30 o'clock.
It was 8:30 and it's like if you weren't home by 9.
And those were the days though, man. You'd be outside playing or riding your
Our
bike.
parents would have to punish us to come inside.
Yeah.
Like
Now kids won't
if
go
you're not
outside.
home by 9 o'clock, you are not going to go out for the rest of the weekend. You bet you were there at 8:59. Because if you were there at 9:01, you were late.
Yeah, once mom started screaming your name, you better show up.
My mom never did that with us. She knew that we knew that if we weren't home by like 9:01,
Well, we had to be home by like dinner time. Dinner time was usually around the same time. So you better be in the vicinity. Like if I open this door and I look out and I don't see you out there, that's it.
yeah.
But
No, that was our thing. My mom's thing too. Just come home for dinner. We knew dinner was between 5:30 and 6.
mm,
And then we can go back out if we wanted to. And usually, like, our friends weren't allowed to stay out that late.
right.
It was funny because my mom would be like, come home when it's dark.
Mm.
And our friends would have to be home for dinner and then they wouldn't come back out. So we'd just be like wandering or doing
Yeah,
our own thing.
that would be funny because like there were times where everyone had to go be inside. They go in, they eat dinner, and then your friend that you're expecting to come back out,
They don't come back.
they don't come back out, and it's like, hey, where's so and so?
Yeah.
And oh, I gotta stay inside. My boss said I gotta stay
I'm gonna
inside.
stay, do homework.
I gotta do stuff for tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, to me, it was like simpler, but a lot more dangerous. Well, it's
Back
more dangerous.
then or now?
It's more dangerous now, but it was dangerous back then.
Oh, there's always been danger.
Always been danger, but it was a different type of thing because, like I said, you didn't have a way to communicate.
Yeah.
Like now, you can put a GPS on your kid and like know where they're at.
Track them, yeah.
Track them. You can track them through the cell phone. There's air tags. You know, there's different forms of tech. You can even track someone by a watch.
Yes.
You know, and back then we didn't have that. We had Stranger Danger and Dare teaching us, you know, not to talk to strangers. Don't take candy from strangers. You know, and now it's a completely different world. Like they don't even have Dare in schools anymore.
Is that long gone?
It's long gone.
Oh, I don't recall ever even experience. Well, when I went to school, I went to private school when I was a
maybe
kid.
that's why I went to the ghetto private school or public schools.
Yeah, I didn't go to public school until high school, and then even then, I only lasted till sophomore year, and then I got out.
Well, I guess maybe because we were all suburban kids. I don't know if that was like a Chicago thing or just as like a suburb thing.
What?
Dare.
Oh, I thought it was just like all over the place.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But I know that we had a Dare officer that would come in like on a weekly basis.
Was he dressed like the crime dog?
No, his name. What was his name? Officer Marks was his name. And it's kind of funny, a little off topic, but he would come in like once a week and warn us about stranger danger and, you know, nobody touches you, call
your no square.
No squares, and you know, and it's funny because when I became a teenager and got arrested, he was the one that arrested me. He's like, "Did you not learn anything in here?"
not.
I was like, "Obviously not, officer. I'm here in the backseat of your squad car. Like, obviously I didn't
Obviously
learn."
not.
No.
And you know what? As an adult, the same thing. She doesn't learn her lesson.
Officer Marks tried. I'm sorry. I failed him miserably.
Officer Marks, if you're listening, which I know you are, same.
She didn't learn anything.
Not one thing.
Not one thing, and I would do it again.
Come arrest her.
Please, give me a vacation. At this point, it'd be like a vacation and not like prison.
No kidding. All right, guys. So I think we're going to wrap it up. Yeah, we were just discussing that. Like, I mean, how kids were then and now, and just like back then, if it wasn't bolted down, you're getting a chancla upside the head.
Yeah.
And now it's like, being a kid now, it's the same but totally different, if you really think about it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have kids ourselves, but, you know, looking at my niece and my nephew, they are far more advanced than what I was.
Kids nowadays, yeah.
They are like, so smart.
I wanted to say the kids are smarter than we were when we were kids, but I don't know. I guess they are,
questionable.
Right? I mean, well, they basically have things handed to them now. It's
no, they have the world at their fingertips.
Well, yeah, internet and the information's out there, and technology.
There's Netflix. There's you know, all these different
advantages that we didn't have.
Right, but we had the advantage of the internet. We were the ones that
get in a whooping if we don't act right.
No, but my generation grew up still playing in the streets and playing kickball and playing softball and doing all those things. But we're also the generation that brought in electronics like PlayStation, Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, we were like...
We were the middle ground.
Yeah, we were kind of the middle ground.
We were the transition between the old school and the new school.
The new stuff, yeah.
I mean, I remember when PlayStation came out, it was like, whoa.
I remember when
Nintendo came out.
Nintendo came out.
And it was all pixelated and it was like the coolest thing.
You look at it now, yeah, it's like, wow.
Wow.
That was really like...
low budget.
Yeah, I mean, now you're playing movies.
Right, you're basically playing a show. Like, you know, you're playing as different characters. And, you know, I think whether we grew up in that generation or this generation, the important thing is to take your time and like savor that, you know, because, you know, Joel and I are grown adults. Like,
Well, that's debatable.
that's what I was gonna say, but we're so immature. Like, I keep telling you guys, I swear, I was like, every time I come in here, I talk about the toys and stuff that we have and the collections that we have. And I think part of that is because, well, at least for me, my mom bought us everything that she could.
Mhm.
You know,
It's the whole thing. Once you get adult money, you start buying
right.
stuff
Once you
that
get adult money, you're like, I want that,
Yeah.
Ninja Turtle. I want this, whatever. I want that. Or
Mhm.
I want the G.I. Joes that I didn't get. And I think it's like there's the nostalgia of,
Yeah. That's a whole nother subject
oh
we'll
my
probably talk
gosh.
about. But yeah, I mean, it's something to think about and discuss. And then if you guys out there, if you got kids, it's something that you want to kind of think about and see, if there's anything you need to do for them, or you know what I'm saying. It's like, so, uh, yeah. I mean, that's
The communication with parents is so different from what it was back when we were growing up.
mhm,
Now, well, I don't know, I can't speak for us, but, I think that when we were growing up, we were expected not to be heard.
right.
We were seen, but not heard.
Mhm,
And now I think it's different. I think it's more like kids need to be heard and seen,
right.
and it's a completely different,
Well, a completely different
right?
world. All right, guys. We'll end the discussion there. You guys discuss that amongst yourselves, and like I said, if you guys got kids, maybe your significant other, that's some topic you guys could touch on. All right, guys. Don't forget to visit the website at sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com and drop us a line at the email sessionsandlessonsmail@gmail.com. And we are on most of the socials, TikTok, Facebook, all the good stuff, X, Threads, blah, blah, blah. Also, guys, we've been kind of experimenting with, I guess, Facebook Messenger. I guess you can start communities or like, I almost compare it to like an old school forum where it has different like subjects and you just post in there. And we're kind of toying around with that. Some of you guys out there might have gotten an invitation, and that's kind of what's going on now, because we do have groups that we send things to and make announcements or share posts or whatever. But we were trying to do like a more like a forum / community based thing, and I think a lot of you guys got invitations, so feel free to join if you'd like.
Thank you to all two of you that responded.
Yes, the two of you that responded, thank you so much. We appreciate it. But no, we appreciate all of you guys. We appreciate you guys listening. Please share the podcast with other people. Let them know that we're here. And like I said, this is a safe space, and we just want to lift each other up. I mean, life is a little bit of a challenge from time to time, and we can discuss it and then come up with solutions and just kind of deal and just decompress a little bit. So, yeah, guys, thank you again. Hopefully, we will see you again. Anything to add, Mrs. Rosario?
No, not today. Just enjoy your adult money.
Responsibly, please.
Responsibly, not like us buying all sorts of.
Well, we haven't bought things in so long now, but yes, pay your bills first.
Yes. Bye.
Goodbye, but well.